In today's video, I want to take you guys through pre-orders seemingly being leaked for Mass Effect Trilogy, and it does seem like the game is in fact going to be coming to fruition, maybe at a release date earlier than expected, although I'm still a little bit skeptical on that. The free-to-play title in Hyperscape is out today, and you can check out some 13 Sentinel Aegis Rim gameplay. That is looking fantastic. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first of all, Mass Effect Trilogy Remaster pre-orders appeared to surface as someone went to the store Game in the UK, and they noted, much to my surprise, after asking at the desk and the attendant checking a store list on a tablet seemingly identical to the one leaked, I was able to pre-order the game, that being Mass Effect Trilogy. Now, I think a lot of us assumed that this was gonna in fact be happening, but I think a lot of us were kind of surprised that it was not at the EA Play event earlier, as I think the majority of us expected that game to be the big reveal for the big fall title, and I mean a collection of games being your big fall title is a little bit questionable, but Mass Effect Trilogy I feel like would have that type of buzz. Now, it'll be interesting because it does note a September 29th release date. Now, that sounds really early, and for a while I was like, okay, that can't be the right date, but also I offer you this. UFC 3, or UFC 4 rather, was just announced during UFC 251 back in July 11th, and now that's coming out on August 14th. The timeline kind of works out where this is just a collection of games. You can get it out pretty quickly. The buzz is going to be there just because it's one of the best trilogies gaming has ever seen, even though the dog ending in Mass Effect 3 and Mass Effect 1 at this point has aged a little bit questionably. However, Mass Effect 2 still holds up as one of the best RPGs of all time. I do not think it's a stretch to say that. And Mass Effect 1, I actually played that maybe 6 to 9 months ago, and I had a pretty good time going through it. Like, yes, the driving in that game isn't great when you have those sections, and the game hasn't aged all too well from a gameplay standpoint. Like, Mass Effect 2 just blows it out of the water in that regard, but the narrative is still really strong, and it's still definitely playable. And I wouldn't hate it to go back and play that game again because it was just a great game, and the franchise as a whole is great. Let's get a new set of trophies in there as well. I think this could be awesome, and if it does come out September 29th, that'll be something I think a lot of people are all over. Alright, moving on from that, reminder, Hyperscape is out today. Now, this is the Battle Royale coming from Ubisoft, and I know a lot of you guys just like groan whenever you hear the term Battle Royale, but this is one that is a little bit different. It's a first-person shooter. I should just say a first-person game, and throughout the game you can find both weapons as well as special abilities known as hacks, such as letting the player transform into a giant ball from which they can bounce around, or let them become invisible. Players can only have 2 weapons and hacks available at a time, although the latter can be swapped out during a round. When a player is killed, they become an echo. While echoes can kill enemy opponents, they are able to ping other members of their team to alert them to dangers or points of interest, so that's pretty interesting in how to keep the game going, even though you already died, so you can keep it moving and still have some sort of use in the rest of the game. It is dropping today. It's a free-to-play game, so you might as well check it out. Jump in with a couple buddies. You might have a good time. This one was done by Ubisoft Montreal, and I know Battle Royale has been something that's been relatively milked, but hey, you look at Fortnite numbers, and Fortnite is still pulling crazy numbers. If a Battle Royale can come around and at least take a little bit of that market share, it could still be incredibly successful, and I think that's what Ubisoft is aiming for with Hyperscape. I don't think at this point it's going to be easy to dethrone Fortnite. They're like the top game right now as far as popularity goes, guys. I'm not saying Fortnite is the greatest game of all time. Don't get out the pitchforks. Apex Legends, you saw that come around, and yes, while that still has a stable following, it kind of fell off a little bit, and it doesn't have the buzz as when it initially came out. It's really sustaining that buzz. Like, Hyperscape, I'm sure, will have some attention today and for the next week or so, but then after that, is it sustainable? Is it a quality enough game? Is it an engaging enough game? Well, that's something that time will only tell, and ultimately how Ubisoft and Ubisoft Montreal decide to update the game over time, and if they can add compelling content and keep players engaged to it. Lastly, I do want to go over 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. PlayStation Underground has 20 minutes of gameplay of the English version of the game, and this is coming from Atlas and, more importantly, developer Vanillaware. Vanillaware, the storytellers behind Odin Sphere and Dragon's Crown. Kind of interesting in the official description, they note Odin Sphere and Dragon's Crown. Why are you leaving my boy Muramasa the Demon Blade out there? Do you never have any intention of porting that game over to the PlayStation 4? It's on PlayStation Vita, goddammit. It's on the Nintendo Wii. Can we get a PlayStation 4 version or a PlayStation 5 version? That game was so good. But enough on that tangent. You craft a sci-fi mastery epic spanning 13 intertwining story. Uncover the truth and delve into a 2D side-scrolling adventure featuring gorgeous art and environments, then battle the kaiju in fast-paced top-down combat. Customize the Sentinels with an arsenal of mech suit weaponry and fight to defend humanity. The game notes a beautifully rendered in Vanillaware signature hand-painted visual style. Uncover a deep story through visions of the past and the future. The doomsday clock is ticking. Become a Sentinel pilot. Customize your mech and fight waves of kaiju in top-down tactical combat. So that side of the game is going to be very different than a typical Vanillaware game. You typically aren't used to top-down tactical gameplay in a Muramasa in an Odin Sphere or Dragon's Crown. But along with the recognition of Japanese game game industry leaders, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim has won a litany of awards, including Japan Game Awards 2019 Future Division winner, and a bunch of others as well. The game looks great from a visual standpoint. I mean, it's Vanillaware. If you played Vanillaware games and you like that art style, you're gonna really dig this. By the way, Dragon's Crown is on sale on the PlayStation Store. I mentioned it in the last video, but $9.99 for that. That's a really good buy. And yeah, visual looks great, and also, this one does seem to be a lot more narrative-driven, has some visual novel elements as well in how they present this story, and then the gameplay looks rather interesting as well from a strategy standpoint. It'll be interesting to see how that is employed in the entirety of the game, because this is something different than what I'm used to out of Vanillaware, but it still looks very, very good. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, Mass Effect Trilogy is seemingly happening. Pre-order surfaces over at Game. The free-to-play Hyperscape is out today on PS4, and 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. 20 minutes of English gameplay, definitely go give that a look. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.